Hi guys, my name is Roberto Cazzola Gatti. I'm Associate Professor at Tom State University, Biological Institute, and researcher at BioClineLand Center. I spent most of my time as a PhD student and postdoc in the tropics. I was carrying research on tropical forests in Africa, India, Indonesia, and Australia. And then I moved in Siberia, so that's why I like very extreme environments. During this course I will tell you about the biological diversity and theories, measurements and data sampling. As a biologist I am mostly interested in ethology, ecology and evolution. I will try to explain why biological diversity is very important. So let's start this course with a very important point. Life is very exceptional in the universe. It's not the rule. This is why our planet Earth is extraordinary. That's very, very important. I will remember you words of Charles Darwin. He wrote, "From so simple a beginning, endless forms, most beautiful and most wonderful are being evolved." So this is why our planet is really extraordinary. The same author of The Origin of Species, Charles Darwin, wrote that from famine and from death, from the struggle of existence, so many species on Earth have been evolved. But we need to understand during this course why there is not only one species that dominates with a very high fitness, and there are a plethora of species. So this is why we are studying biological diversity. Why biological diversity is so interesting? First of all, we need to understand that diversity is the emergent and fundamental characteristics of life. So diversity makes our Earth alive, and life makes our Earth diverse. We need to understand why biological diversity is autopoietic and autocatalytic, and we will do it and we'll explain you the meaning of this during this first lecture. What is biodiversity? In 1968, Raymond Desmond wrote in a book the word biological diversity. But it's only in 1998 that Edward Wilson titled the Acts of a Congress with the word biodiversity. So you can see that biological diversity is very young science. Up to now we recognize different types of biological diversity. We have species diversity, genetic diversity, ecosystem diversity, molecular diversity, but the most used is the concept of species diversity. To understand what is species diversity, we need to clarify the term species. We have different definitions: biological, morphological, typological, chronological, and genetical. Biological species is the most used concept to define a species. According to Ernest Mayr, the words reproductively isolated are the key words to define a species. This introduces us to the idea of web of life. Even physicists were interested in what is life. For instance, Erwin Schrödinger wrote a book with the title "What is Life? The Physical Aspects of the Living Cells." Another physicist, Fritjof Capra, who later moved to biological life studies, wrote a book titled "The Web of Life." In this book he wrote, "The more we study the major problems of our time, the more we come to realize that they cannot be understood in isolation. They are systematic problems, which means they are interconnected and interdependent." In an attempt to explain life, the Russian-Belgian chemist Ilya Prigogine introduced the word dissipative system. A dissipative system is characterized by the spontaneous appearance of symmetry breaking and the formation of complex structure. Living system operates around an oscillating equilibrium point, thanks to feedbacks that are positive and negative. Later, in 1973, the biologist Francisco Varela and Umberto Marturana proposed the idea of autopoietic system. The autopoietic system is a system capable of reproducing and maintaining itself. There is an important difference between an autopoietic system with biodiversity and one without. The energy captured and dissipated is higher where most species are present, and the interaction with the environment are stronger. The ecological network or the web of life is characterized by relation among parts, feedbacks, autopoiesis, and autocatalysis. We can say that biodiversity is autocatalytic. Autocatalysis is a reaction where the product itself is the catalyst of the reaction. So species act as a catalyst in this autocatalysis reaction in the ecosystem because they can increase the rate of speciation and reduce the energy they need to speciate. A set of speciation events can be said autocatalytic if it produces enough species to allow the system to continue. So the entire set can be said self-sustaining. Processes for the autocatalysis of biodiversity includes cooperation, facilitation, niche displacement, avoidance of competition, but I will tell you about this during the next lecture.